Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer and this is some more of my adventures in the Steam workshop routes available for TrainSim. Now this is the Seabourne Light Railway. It's based on the Fairbourne Railway in North Wales, in Fairbourne near Barmouth. I went there loads of times on holiday and I'm really glad this route's out there. I was originally, at some point, I was planning to do a version of this route myself, but someone got there first and I'm going to have a go on their line, so please check it out in the description down below on the Steam Workshop. It does, of course, require some DLC, but that which will all be linked in the description as well. We are driving Coincheanainn, possibly the most famous narrow gauge locomotive in the world, made famous, of course, by being part of the oldest preserved railway in the world, and also preserved steam railway, I should say, in the world, and of course by the Reverend Audrey's depiction of him as Skarloey in the Thomas the Tank Engine series. So we're just going for a quick jaunt. We're only about 1.68 miles away from our destination, so I just need to change the route there, and then let's get. Oh, we need to put the passengers on, I think, don't we? Oh no, we don't need to put the passengers on because we're just going to go straight away. So away we go. Obviously, there's not a huge amount of. Oh no, passengers are, of course, getting off. Whoops, made a mistake already. But there we go. Never mind. Let's start moving forward. It'll be quite a slow route because it is a very slow speed limit. I think the speed limit is about 15 miles an hour at its quickest, so we'll have plenty of time to look around the route, etc. Just while we get him going. I've got to say, I've run this route a couple of times before I'm playing it for you guys. By the way, don't adjust your sets. This shirt is exactly how it's supposed to look. Charity shop find. I think it's quite fetching. God, that was camp. I mean, I'm quite a camp guy, but that was camp even for me. But yeah, so away we go now, heading off from Seabourne, or Fairbourne town, with Coincheanainn, on sort of home metals, really. Let's quickly adjust that. Didn't really matter. We would have adjusted it anyway because it's a manual junction. But I will say, actually, having been to Fairbourne many times in my youth, this is a very accurate representation of the start of the Fairbourne Railway, and the rest of the route is very much similar, almost to the letter, as to how the actual route runs. Like this bit here, coming over a sort of road level crossing, is exactly where it would be. It's a really good route, this. If you're a narrow gauge fan, definitely check it out in the description below, or of course if you've been there on your holidays. But yes, I'm just going to turn the game down a little bit in my headphones. Obviously you'll get it turned down in post anyway, but this is very, very accurate, even down to the little culvert running next to it, all the shops and everything in place. In fact, I'm fairly sure there was a shop we just went past. Oh no, it was a pub. No, the shop I'm thinking about is further down, where I actually bought a load of like holiday supplies, you know, buckets and spades and little cricket sets and stuff like that. All the stuff typical British people do at the beach. Never a metal detector though. Never a metal detector. Neither me nor my dad ever went for metal detectors. But yes, we won't be stopping at all the stations. We'll just be having a quick run along the line, since it's only going to be about 10-12 minutes long, this run. But we're not going particularly quick anyway, so you can get to see the route in all its glory. Of course, the mainline station, which I can probably just about pop back up and show you. There's a mainline station here in real life called Morfa Mordack, which then goes across the famous Barmouth Bridge into the town of Barmouth, where the Bala Hub Railway used to split off from the main line. But yes, I've always loved narrow gauge railways, absolutely loved them. In fact, there's a wonderful video, despite how much I like trains now and railways and all that sort of stuff, there is a video of me somewhere in my parents' home video collection where I find that the driver of it was Yeo, an old Linton and Barnstable locomotive that runs on the actual Fairbourne Light Railway. He actually gave me the chance to sit in the cab and I bawled my eyes out. I was terrified. I don't know, I think he blew the whistle or there was just a lot of noise or something, but I was not happy with just sitting there. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from a little bit of an illness I had. I do apologise. But yeah, so I was not always the biggest fan of trains that I am now. Just passing Mícheál, which again is very representative of the actual route. If you are wondering what I'm talking about, I'll put a link down to the official Fairbourne Railway website in the description as well, so you guys can see exactly what it's based on if you haven't been. And if you are in Britain and within driving distance of Fairbourne, it's about 4 hours from the Midlands. So from where I am, about 4.5 hours. So like I said, it is in northwest Wales. But it's well worth a visit if you are into narrow gauge, or if you just want a nice day out by the beach. It's not just a railway town. It's very much a tourist place, and it's well worth a visit actually. In fact, Wales in general is well worth a visit. But there's some, obviously, if you're a railway fan, Wales is a bit of a haven, particularly for narrow gauge fans. But yeah, so we're now coming up to Golf Links Halt. And oh, this is bringing back so many childhood memories. This route. I don't know the exact name of the person who made the route. I'll put them down in the description below as to exactly who made it. But thank you so much for making this route. I'm getting so many childhood memories. It's wonderful to see this route in Train Simulator. Absolutely lovely to see it, and you've done an amazing job with it. And I hope you are. Not in a sarcastic way, I genuinely hope you are proud of what you've achieved, because it looks exactly like the real thing. We seem to be having a bit of trouble. Okay, 100% is gonna be enough to keep us moving at a steady pace as we go past Golf Links Halt. With the sea in the background, a couple of hovercraft plying their trade across the bay. I'm not sure that happens at Fairbourne, but I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time. Long time since I've been there. But incidentally, the Tallyclin route stop which I've got is from Steve Pontin's Tallyclin Railway route. I may well have a run of that as well, because it's not produced by Steam. It's not on the Steam Workshop, but it's not produced by Steam, so I think it just about fits into this series. It's got lots of passenger views as well inside the carriages. Tallyclin Railway is somewhere I want to go in real life as well. I haven't had the chance to go just yet. Ooh, interesting light effects in the back, in the guard's van of this carriage. That is obviously the last carriage, but interesting lighting effects there. Are we going up a hill? Is there a reason why we're going so slowly and losing speed? Am I just not driving it very well? Is that what's happening? I don't know. But there is something magical. I've always found that there's something magical about railways by the sea, like the old the Dawlish Run in the south coast, stuff like that. It's absolutely lovely to see railways by the sea, and there's something magical about the sea and railways together, and I will always think there is. Now let's see. Oh, I think he's even got the tunnel in. I remember eating my lunch on this little bit of stuff here. So I'm actually going to stop at this next station, because I've not driven this particularly well, I don't think, and I'm starting to lose speed. So I need to stop and have another go. But that's fine. The crossing loop. Yep, there is and the crossing loop is of course there on the original Fairbourne Railway. He says it's based on, but it's a very faithful representation. Also, I just want to show you inside Steve Pontin's lovely Tallyclin loco. Why are we having such trouble moving? That's what I want to know, because we shouldn't do. Maybe I do just need to start it again. But we'll stop there and pick up the passengers, put the brakes on, take the brakes off, do all the usual checks, open the cylinder cocks, and then once the passengers have got on at the halt, we are ready to go, so let's do this. So here we go again. Going past the crossing loop. But no, this is an absolutely lovely version of a lovely route. And I'm very glad, I genuinely am glad that people are starting to do more narrow gauge routes. I'm amazed genuinely that the makers of TrainSim haven't done more narrow gauge routes. Things like the Welsh Highland Railway, the Festiniog Railway, the Snowdon Mountain Railway, the Barla Lake Railway. These are all things you can get on TrainSim via Steam Workshop and uktrainsim.com and things like that. And I will try and feature as many of them as possible in this series of workshop and free-to-play routes for TrainSim that I think deserve a much closer look. It won't just be narrow gauge, obviously there'll be lots of standard gauge stuff in there as well. And again, as I've said in the previous videos, anything you guys want to see, if I can, I will do it for you. I think someone asked for if I could run a Class 50, Class 150. I don't believe I own a Class 150, but if I do, I shall find one and I shall run it for you on an applicable route. But there are plenty of routes that I've got earmarked to do for you in this series, and I can't wait to show you some of them because they are really, really good. Some of them you guys will probably have played anyway, but that doesn't change, I don't think, how much enjoyment can be got by looking through them and seeing them. Yes, we're now passing bits where I have definitely had lunches and dinners. Yeah, it's struggling to keep up pace in with this loco. I am probably just driving it really badly. I'm not the greatest driver on TrainSim, as some of you may have noticed in previous videos, but also I don't drive that. I love the narrow gauge stuff, but I don't actually drive it as much as I do the standard gauge stuff because there's just not enough stuff out there. So any budding TrainSim modelers who are wondering what routes to do, people are genuine. If you look on the Dovetail Games forums and stuff like that, on RailSim, on the Dovetail Games website, again, check the link in the description below, people are crying out for narrow gauge routes. So if you are a budding modeler and want to give a project a go that's going to get some serious exposure, do narrow gauge routes because people love them. And if you are a budding modeler and you watch this series and you have a model of a railway, a route that you've done, let me know. Link it to me, and I shall do it on the channel. I'm not a massive YouTuber, but I get the TrainSim videos get a fair bit of view, and also I'm just interested to see. So please do let me know, and I shall happily play it for you. We're about half a mile now, so we've got to go through the tunnel. Yes. Oh, so many memories. This is such a faithful representation of the route. If you haven't been to the real place, I strongly advise you go because it's absolutely lovely. It's a brilliant little run. But we are struggling. I don't know why this loco is struggling. Let me do something very unprofessional. Let me get rid of one carriage. Just leave it sitting there. There we go, a little bit more pace now. Usually adjusting the reverser, pulling the reverser back gives you more pace, but this is just slowing me down. So I don't know. But never mind. It's quite nice. We get to have a proper little look at everywhere. I can genuinely remember actually, if the maker of this route ever sees this, you've really captured it, because I remember over here genuinely having this home video of me having lunch and paddling in this bit of water here, and already I can see you've done a good job of the famous Barmouth Bridge, which you should be proud of the whole route. Frankly, I think you've done a wonderful job on it. Everything has the look and feel of the Barmouth Railway. We are not gaining speed. No matter what I do, I've put sanding on, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, that helps. The handbrake was on. There we go. Suddenly everything is explained. I told you I'm not a very good driver on this game. Idiot Humble. Left the handbrake on. That's shameful. I'll tell you what, Tally Flynn, I apologise. I have probably badly damaged you there. I'll have to take you into the workshop. Either way, into the tunnel we go, and we shall pop inside for a driver's eye view of the tunnel. which is again beautifully done. I think it's just breeze block on the other one, so actually if anything, on the original one I think it's breeze block, so like I said, I think if anything this is a more beautiful tunnel. I can't believe I left the handbrake on. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm so sorry. I do play this game. I know roughly what I'm doing. I just didn't think to check the handbrake. But I shall remember that in episodes to come. But either way, oh, nice little bridge over a culvert. I don't think that's in the original one. That's a nice little addition. Very nice. But either way, we're coming up to Seabourne Point for Beachcombe. But there we are. That's a little bit embarrassing, I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie at all. Now I need to adjust it so I'm actually going into the platform. There we go. So yes, we shall probably now coast in. Oh, left the handbrake on. Idiot! Idiot! Give me as much abuse for that as you wish in the comments. I fully deserve it. Leaving the handbrake on. The most basic thing. That is genuinely... I'm actually quite upset at myself for doing that, but either way, we got through it in the end. And here we are coming round the corner into Seabourne Point platform. And that is the end of our rather farcical jaunt on the Seabourne Light Railway. But it is a really faithful representation. I cannot stress enough just how faithful that actually is as a representation of the route. So thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. I promise you I can actually drive the trains on this game, and I'll hopefully show you that next time we do a video. But yeah, check out this route in the description below. Check out all the other train stuff I've done. Check out, if you're brand new, check out the first TrainSim video I did for this, which was the Cranmore branch. Check out my Sodor Snippets playlist down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. I was me. That was the Seabourne branch line, free on the Steam Workshop for TrainSim 2017. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. Now the Isle of Walney is a little island right next to Barrow off the west coast of northern England. Now the Isle of Walney is actually somewhere I've been, so I have technically been on Sodor. As I'm an actor, I did some touring pantomimes for schools, and we did a show at Vicarstown Primary School. Reverend already spelled it V-I-C-A-R, in real life it's V-I-C-K-E-R. But yes, so I have performed, my profession, I performed on the island of Sodor, which I take as a massive amount of pride.